Good morning. Welcome to the CBS AM debrief. This Tuesday, the 28th of September, just coming up to 8:30 a.m. In overnight market action in the US. US stocks fell, but it does look like the S&P 500 will take out the best September since 1939. So just a couple of days left there in the month, but that's certainly looking fairly well assured. In the eurozone, the euro actually slumped on the back of Irish and Portuguese debt jumping to new records. So once again, some of that concern coming through in the European sector there. That's a concern causing rather some nervousness. What I thought I'd do is just start off with a slightly different format this morning and go to something that we've been using for quite some time now, which is VectorVest, and finding that it's a more and more valuable tool. So yeah, we'll have a little run through that without trying to explain the whole thing in 9 minutes here. Basically, VectorVest is about getting market timing right as well as just getting the stock picking right, which is reasonably, well, not a straightforward thing, but it's reasonably easy to understand. Less so is the issue of market timing, and it does make it a bit easier for you. It uses a variety of parameters, one of which is this indicator here, and when we see multiple green versus yellow or red indicators, we get greater confidence that it's an appropriate time to get into the market. And certainly today, yesterday's close suggests that we are seeing rising prices. Of course, we did after our significant move up yesterday in the local market, and therefore the system is suggesting that it's mildly bullish based on that close, and therefore we could go and look at some of the top picks that the system generates based on the VectorVest parameters of value, safety and timing. And you can see the top 5 stocks are Kingsgate, Bougainville Copper, Mineral Resources, Flight Centre and M2 Telecom. So yeah, interesting one, that one. I will go into that in further detail at some other venue, probably an upcoming webinar. So yeah, perhaps keep your eyes out for that one. Okay, so let's have a look at exactly what did happen in the various indices. So S&P down just 0.57%, Nasdaq 0.48, and the Dow 0.44. So we're now seeing the Dow at 10,812. Over to Europe, FTSE was off 0.45, so a similar sort of percentage. The CAC 0.43 and the DAX 0.31. As just mentioned, yeah, we had a strong close yesterday, up 73.5 points or 1.6%. The Nikkei 1.39 and the Hang Seng up 1. The futures in our region, we're going to let off a little bit of steam here today on open by the looks of things, with the SPY suggesting that the market will open down 18. Hang Seng's still pushing up, and the Nikkei down 20. Move over to have a look at the commodity space with West Texas Intermediate crude at 76.52. Not too much of a change there. Coffee at 181.25, corn at 512 3/4, and cotton at 103.93. Now that actually moved up 4%, so it's taken out or moved up the most allowed in a single trading session. And for those of you that are on our mailing list, you'll know that we've issued a cotton warrant to go short. So I know we were looking for a last sort of push up on a lot of this speculation, and hopefully that will be the high, and that get set there for that to travel low. Now, if you are interested in finding out more about that cotton warrant, or would like to see the report, please feel free to send me an email at dc@commoditybroking.com.au. That's DC as in Delta Charlie. Okay, moving on. Oats 384 even, rough rice 12.56.5. That was up quite strongly, a bit over 1.5%. Soy at 11.28.5, and I know Jonathan's been quite bullish on soy. Well, it has been for some time now. That those people that were aboard that, that's looking like it's well and truly paying off. Sugar at 24.98, up 0.58. Wheat at 706.5, it's down 13.5. Wool at 9.24, up 5. And copper at 359.7, down 2.1. Gold at 12.98 and 60 cents, that was up 50 cents. And silver at 21.47, up 0.072. Currencies are euros buying 1.3447 US dollars. The pound is buying 1.5814. The US dollar is buying 84.28 yen, and Aussie's buying, or rather US dollar is buying, other way around. US dollar is buying, Aussie's buying 96.86. Gee, I really buffed that one up. The US dollar is buying 1.0403 Canadian dollars and 0.9858 Swiss francs. Go down now to take a look at some of the markets in the Falcon, and just take a quick look at that cotton chart firstly. And so that was the high there, but if it gets taken out, then clearly we may be wrong about this shorting position on cotton. Keep in mind that we are at a 15-year high on cotton, and we are expecting a very good crop out of the US this season, so that should be one to watch. The code for that is CTC1. Just have a quick look at the euro now to see what happened there. Really isn't a huge move, but yeah, a move down certainly it is. Quick look at the Aussie. Okay, just continuing to grind higher here. I think you do nothing but stay on that trend. And quick look at the index. Okay, so we are continuing to consolidate here. I'd like to see this 4,700 level taken out, which would certainly suggest that we can continue to move higher. Until we see that decisively taken out, to my eye, we may not actually breach that 4,700 level, and that might be a reason to see it retrace. Looking now at gold, again continuing to trend higher. Don't see any reason why we would necessarily get on board here, but taking out that 1,300 level, I'll just see if I can get that a bit bigger. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yes, we would perhaps on a breach of that, or a breakout above 1,300, be happy to buy it. Right here, we might see it bounce off 1,300 for a bit of a retracement. A bit hard to say. And that pretty much covers the markets that I wanted to take a look at. So that pretty well wraps it up. Thanks as always for your attention, and we'll speak soon. Bye for now.